you doing? Whitetail hunter here coming at you from the Rockin' Bee. It's May 7th. I've been down a little bit here with some lung stuff. I think all the burning and you know, tilling up the ground and pollen blowing with, you know, we have heavy winds, no rain at all. We haven't had a spit of rain, but I got a touch of asthma, so I think I got a little bit of a lung infection, but I'm just getting over it and getting back out here. I did get a lot of stuff tilled with my tiller. This down here in this bottom plot, I'm putting beans all the way down here. It's about a half an acre, and then all the way around the outside and back down that side would be soybeans. I'll put a blocker up over here. But the Whitetail Institute clover, look at this. We haven't hardly had a spit of rain, and jeez, I haven't done nothing to this field yet. I frost seeded it. That stuff probably hadn't even, I mean, it's germinated probably. I see some small plants up on that hill because I frost seeded that whole hill. I just started that last year. I killed it off twice and disced just a little bit up there. And then I just seeded out onto the ground and Alpha Rack Plus up there, and then I frost seeded it when the snow was on the ground, if you watched my other video. But I'll come down here to see if this, I'm just going to do a little test here. I'm going to broadcast this area down here. And when I was sick, my neighbor come over with this 2-row planter, and he planted a lot of my fields on, I think, 15-inch rows up there up top. And then he did some 30-inch rows around the outside. So I may, and there's about 3 rows that he didn't do at all. He wasn't sure what I was going to do with that were in a different place. So I may broadcast all that in, and I was just coming down here to see if I need to leave the gate up and just till this up a little bit, because this is generally really wet, and it's pretty hard packed, but there's clumps. I might I'm gonna have to till where I drove, so I might see if it, you know, softens it up and still leaves it in big clumps. I might disc it, and I might go ahead and put the bag on and crank this out, put about a whole bag in this area down here around the outside, and then get the cultipacker and pull it around behind and pack it in. But yeah, this is man, the deer hit this baby when it gets going good, and I can slay it and kill the weeds out of it, but there's not that many in here. And when I mow it, it just comes back 100 times thicker. This plot's definitely been a plot to pull in the deer, but the back 40, it should be doing good. This plot here is like 3 years old now. The back 40's only a couple years old. And it's had some trials and tribulations with a washout. I couldn't get back there 1 year. But the trick is right now is just get out there and start working if you don't got it in already, which a lot of my beans are in, but I'll probably hot wire off a big chunk of them beans. I'm not gonna do a real weird pattern like I did last year for my brassicas. And I'll leave a bunch of them soybeans and they can clean them off. But with all this clover, you know, even last year, they come over and hit the brassicas just a little bit that wasn't in the hot wire. And it got so dry they could get in there anyway when it's so damn dry. But only a couple deer got in there, and they wanted to be over in the clover anyway. And even in hunting season, when the turnips were the ripest and the deer were in there like crazy, they went in there, they were bedding in there, they ate in there like a herd. And but at the end of the evening, right before dark, they all went to the clover field to eat. Must be dessert then. Anyway, that's why I like my clover. Even in winter, they dig down in there and dig holes through the snow, and somehow that clover, a lot of it stays green. You can see it down underneath the snow. When the snow clears, there's dirt holes all over where they've been digging in it all winter. But they'll never, this is just an acre, and they'll never outgraze this. I gotta mow it all the time. Anyway, that's just a quick update, a little video. I gotta get to work out here, get something done, but hopefully you guys are getting some stuff done and trying some different things like I am. We'll see what happens. Have a blessed day. Alright, there we go. This ain't gonna be easy. Got to run all these controls and film. We're gonna run this over real quick. this out, see what happens. All right, before we go too far, I went back over this and just dusted it up a little bit, left it clumpy with the gate up. Hopefully them seeds will get down in there and the cultipacker will pack them in. Got my earthway seeder and seeds. This is my tiller I got, King Cutter, 72-inch. I've been real happy with it so far. You can whip up 4 acres with it. It's not too bad a time. It'll till this about as fast as you want to. First gear it'll go on high, but it depends. If you're breaking virgin ground, you got to go a little slower, but it still don't bog down much. But I just leave it in first gear all the time. Anyway, we'll get busy and start putting cranking out some of these beans and see what it's going to take here. First off, always remember the old Indian trick I told you about, these earthway seeders. Take them plastic arms out of there if you're going to use the bag very much. When you store it, they'll fold over and everything, and they won't be worth the crap. They're supposed to hold the bag open for you, but you get fine seed, and play heck filling this up by yourself. But I just ripped them plastic things out of there. Get you, I kind of screwed this bucket up, but you cut a smoother one, it'll go in there easier. Get you a bucket, just set it in there. Pull up as far as you can. Set it down. Oh, there's a pheasant. Good to hear. Get you your seed. Dump her in there if you think you got enough. Pull the bucket up. If your zipper's not wore out, you just zip it shut. Mine's not wore out, it's just a little dirty. Only does this when you're videoing. There you go. Got my 550 paracord on the front where the plastic catch will break off on you. Alright, we'll get to cranking some of this out. Anymore, I don't really set a number. I put it on and just hold the trigger and kind of let it go by my feel. Well, there you go. Whew, I ain't hardly got no lungs. They're still filled up pretty good, but I got part of it done. All right, I got all this walked in. I disc it up lightly, real chunky. Then I walked the whole thing in with the earthway seeder. And boy, that lung infection, woo, I'm at the end of it. It ain't the Kung flu, it's a good old-fashioned American lung infection. And I'm just on the downside of it, but I swear I coughed so hard I threw one of my lungs out over there in the dirt, but I'm just gonna disc it in for fertilizer. Actually, I think it helped me out a little bit getting some air in my lungs, but it did really put the womp into me. I had to stop every row just about. I haven't cultipacked it yet, but this ground's pretty midway soft. I mean, if I wanted to go slow, I could turn it really soft, but I've already done that. I've dished all the weeds out of here. This is the second or third time I dissed this. Now I just came back over, chunked these clumps up, and I'm going to come back in and cultipack them down in the ground just like that. So if we get some rain tonight, that'll be it. I don't want to go over it too much and make it super hard. Then it'll get hard packed on the surface. So I just want to run through this and give her a light pack and pray for rain. If it don't rain, we're bound to get rain here in the next couple of weeks. But this spot never gets dry, so I want to hit it now. I got some places on the back 40 I'm going to put some more soybeans in, and I can get that next week or whenever I can get back there to get her done. Anyway, this is the Whitetail Hunter signing off now. We're going to knock this out, get ready to go up to the ranch and get a little dinner and relax. Have a blessed evening.